BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at some traditional markets before Bitcoin, and we'll look at Bitcoin. And again, if you want to join the Patreon, we do a live stream Tuesdays and Fridays, so that means we're doing one tonight. £7.50 a month, 2 live streams a week, most of the time that is. So yeah, feel free to join, links in the description below. Right, so let's get started then, shall we? So this is the S&P 500, this is your futures chart. So it's good, it's looking okay for what I believe to be a new local high. I know that's already been set, but a new local high, a little higher, around 4,300. So this is obviously what we're looking at now in the pre-market, basically. But generally speaking, we're crossing above the 0 point here on the MACD, where there's no bearish divergence. Everyone's looking pretty sweet. And if we just go to the official S&P, which I believe I still have around here, no, I'll get it for you. And we'll have a look with the analysis on it. So it makes it look nice and simple. The bear market rally. The bear market downtrend, the low that I said I believe to be the low, forming an ascending triangle. What's going on with me today? With golden crosses and all the good stuff, and now we're trying to break this this resistance. So again, ascending triangles like this are more likely to break out than down because the supports get higher each time, and it looks like we're trying to break that now. Again, being above all major moving averages, looking pretty sweet there. Now the euro, so the euro looking like it still wants to push further down. We managed to find a bounce on this horizontal, which is fine, 107.6, and below there we have a 200 exponential around 106.8. All of this is areas for bounce, right? So at the moment we are downtrending. Obviously, this is a downtrend, getting rejected here on the 7 simple, so not a good look for it, to be fair. And you'd expect continuation of the downtrend. We also have death crosses and all that good stuff that took place on the euro on the 4 hourly. But the thing about the death cross, same as a golden cross, you'd expect to see a retest at least of the 50, if not the 200, at some point down the line. And so yeah, we found a bounce. We're trying to meander back above the Bollinger Band on the 4 hourly. It's not a good look. I'm not going to say this is bullish, but there is a chance that we do have a push up, a higher push up into any one of these two areas before continuing down. And that would correspond to what you'd expect to see the opposite of that take place for the Dixie. So the Dixie is a bullish chart on the 4 hourly with a golden cross opposed to the death cross that we saw on the euro. And we're above all major moving averages for the most part. And if we take ourselves to a daily, you can see that obviously still this is a downtrend. And this is nothing more than what could just be seen as a death cross retest and a bounce, or should I say a rejection from there, and continue to move back down. So we're not super turbo bullish on the dollar. We're not super turbo bearish on the euro, although we have to respect that the trends do look like they could be changing. And if that's the case, the moment will be around these areas, really. But I'm not sold on either direction currently. Which takes us to Bitcoin, which is basically pulling its socks up. We've had a decent bounce over the last couple of days from this down at this area, this 26,600-ish area. Yesterday was rejected on the 10 exponential. Today we're above that and rejected on the Bollinger Band center. So lots of resistance in this area, this 27,500. So I could make the case really that a daily closure above 27,600 or above is going to have continuation. And decent continuation into the 28s, maybe even actually go for a rally at that stage. Looking at the volume, it's still pathetically low. But if you look, yesterday's volume at the time of making the video was about 600 million. So we're close to doubling that just on today's volume. And that's volume in the form of a green candle. So there is chance here that the Bitcoin can perk itself up and actually break out. But similar to the euro, which would be a death cross, and looking for what could just be a rejection on this death cross, again coming in at 27,500, call it 27,600, shall we? Which is that magical number to break above and have continuation. That would be great. You know what? It wouldn't just be a matter of the moving averages. We would likely at that point, at that stage on the 4 hourly, give ourselves a pump signal on the Ichimoku cloud, which we don't have. 4 hourly MACD crossing above the 0 point, so looking to gain some momentum around there. So I would say over the next couple of days, hanging around just this breakout area around 27,000 or above is good. But if we do start to close above 27,600, we would get a pump signal. We'd be above moving averages on the daily and on the 4-hourly, and I would look for continuation into the 28s, maybe the 29s, and maybe beyond from there. Recognize what I was saying about the Dixie and the Euro, basically. The Dixie could reject from here and come straight back down. The Euro could bounce from where it is and go straight back up. The S&P does look quite good for continuation, what looks like could be over the next week or two. So markets do offer a better trading environment than you might be led to believe. But it all depends. Like I say, everything's at areas of supports and resistances. So we just want to see if they either break or hold. But personally, just based on what we see today and the reaction that I'm seeing today, and the S&P generally looking okay, I think over the next couple of weeks we do see a run up to maybe not a new local high, but back up towards 29. Maybe towards 30, just based on today's momentum and volume, and the possibility of being rejected on the Dixie, supported on the Euro. I'm not saying that that we're going to change trend and bounce to go on to new highs or anything like that, but a more positive environment seems to be emerging in the short term. So for the rest of this week, maybe into next, that could lead to a Bitcoin getting closer to 30,000 again. But much will be decided. Recognize that we're looking for validations and invalidations of either your bullish or bearish bias. This is the beauty of being a trader. You don't necessarily need to, want it to go up or go down. All you're looking for, really, as a trader, if you're looking to trade on a daily basis or futures and derivatives, all you're looking for is, am I going to go long or am I going to go short? Am I going to buy or am I going to sell in the short term? And at the moment, we're pushing resistances. And so you'd be thinking, fair enough. There's a rejection already taking place on that, more or less on that magical number. But if we close above this magical number, 27,600 or above, then we would be looking to place longs, if you're not already positioned in spot or whatever, for what could, like I say, take us up to, again, roughly around the $30,000 zone for Bitcoin. So things are looking pretty good. But recognize, I'm talking invalidation and validation points for your bullish or bearish bias. At the moment, technically this very short term, the bears have got a solid resistance, and so we have to respect that. But once that area is broken and held above, I would say that the bulls have got way bigger chance for continuation than any kind of bear has for further downside in the short term. It's outside of that, it's still a downtrend. It's still a downtrend, but ever so slightly. We're very close to confirming an actual uptrend in the short term, which we don't know where it'll lead to. Traditional markets will help us to decipher the continuation after that has taken place. But at the moment, if I had to put my money on it, I reckon that this resistance is going to break, just based on where we see the Dixie rejection from and the Euro support from, and the S&P looking like it wants to break out. I actually think that Bitcoin's got a very good chance of breaking out from here, just based on those other markets. And like I say, the fact is that we were so close to seeing a validation point get met on this resistance. So 27,600 daily closure or higher. I reckon we're good to go back up towards 30,000 at least in the short term. So could be a good week for us now. Right, I'm going to leave with you there. Hopefully I'll see you on the live stream tonight. Might be some interesting charts to be viewed, given the environment that we've just discussed. Outside of that, I wish you all the best and take it easy.